All right, this is Bruce for Hola Prime, taking a look at the euro dollar, Bitcoin, and the pound yen, starting with the euro dollar. So the euro dollar, if you've been following it, really took off last night, particularly, or within the last day, the last on Friday, breaking through this resistance level, this potential resistance level until it found resistance up where we had it back here in February 2022 with a high of 1.1474. And you can see that completed a 161%, 0.8% Fibonacci extension of this advance right here. And in this case, we're drawing from here to here and then back as opposed to here, down, and then up. If you're familiar with that technique, that's another technique of using the Fibonacci extension tool. And that correlates with this level right here, which goes back to this high, these highs right here, roughly, and these highs right here. So a little bit of potential resistance there. By the indicators, but also given that there's been a pullback from that level. And you can see that the long-term downtrend line was broken, and that could end up being significant in the long term. But in the short term, it looks like we might be close to overbought in the euro dollar and due for a pullback. By the way, this is a weekly chart that I'm starting with right here, so we can get a better picture of the longer, larger pattern. Now, going into the daily, you can get a better view on it. So the expectation is some type of retracement back down to maybe 38%, which correlates with this zone right here around 1.1203 or lower to these other levels. But you can see how the sharp rally, it's just unsustainable. Now, that doesn't mean it cannot, euro dollar cannot go higher, but I think the risk at this point has increased significantly. Moving on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin did something we want to pay attention to. It broke out of this inside day, broke out above the purple 20 moving average, and potentially is going to close above that today and is heading towards a test of resistance around the 50 moving average, currently at 85,153, and this downtrend line. So the 50 moving average is key, particularly since it's been converging with this downtrend line since way back here on March 12th or so, roughly. So a breakout above that would signal a potential reversal of this corrective decline. But until that happens, we have to anticipate potential resistance up here. There is also the significant 200 moving average blue right here at 87,157 currently, and that is also a potentially significant resistance level. A bullish reversal on the price on the trend doesn't trigger though until this prior lower swing high here at 88,762 is fails as resistance and price moves above that. So Bitcoin remains in a precarious zone right here. If we go quickly to the weekly, as we've talked about, I think it was last week, the last time, this orange 50 moving average has been pretty good support for Bitcoin since back here in March 2023. So if that fails to hold the support, the bullish scenario in Bitcoin starts to change. But you could see there was a quick drop below it and a quick recovery. So even though it went below it, the quick recovery kind of negates the potential bearishness of the original drop below it. And again, this is on the weekly. The current 50 week is at 76,913. And then finally, we have pound yen. Pound yen, I think I talked about this yesterday, but I had the channel drawn a little bit different. I realigned the channel to account for this lower swing high here. And in that case, it gives us a potential bounce off the channel. You can see we already have a higher swing low, and if we throw an ABCD pattern on that, that provides a potential target up here of 191.80. The 61% retracement is up here at 191.55, and then we have the 200 moving average on the 4 hour at 191.38. So that creates a zone basically of potential resistance from 191.37 up to 191.80 or so. All right, that is it for today. Everybody have a great weekend.